Collecting students' responses, having them stop and reflect on what they've learned through the day is a great way to process the learning that's happening in the classroom. A great tool to help us collect student reflections is Flipgrid. If you will navigate to flipgrid.com, and once you're there, there is an educator login. Feel free to pause until you get there. Once you log in with your Garland ISD credentials, you can create a new grid. So again, this is going to allow us to take video reflections of what students have learned in your class and how they're processing that learning. The first thing it's going to ask us to do is select a grid community type. We're going to do school email domain because that's going to protect student information and student ID with their logins. And then you're going to name your grid. So I'm just going to say sample, but if you're doing math period 1, maybe you can maybe you want to name it that. You can customize the last part of your flipgrid.com to share that with students. However, if it's not available, if you use something very common, it's going to show that it's not available. So for example, the word sample is not going to be available. If you leave it blank, it'll pick a random code for you that you can share with students. It also allows you to select a picture for your background. Then you hit next. It's going to ask you for your domain, and we are at garlandisd.net. So it's anything after the @ symbol in your email. Then you'll say launch. And once you're all set, it's going to bring up your grid details. So this is the grid page for your math class 1, for example, if that's what you're making it for. And when you're ready to add something, they give you a customized introduction that you can go in and change. So if you edit, you can decide here in this text box what you want that welcome to be. If there's a great way to get started, having students use Flipgrid by having them post a welcome grid. Once your grid is created, you can come and customize some of the details. You can change what you would want that grid to say. So if this is going to be a welcome activity, you can leave this here or change anything that's in that box, and that's what your students would read. You can change the video moderation if you want that to be turned on, where you must approve it before it's visible to others. You can also do an end date, or what they call a freeze date. If you have a specific date on there, then this grid won't be available for students to respond to. And then you can also add GIFs, pictures, attachments that you want to add with your grid. And students also have the option of adding fun stickers and drawings onto their videos that they record. And you can turn on and off here the student interaction amongst each other. Once you have all that set, then you would say update topic. When you're ready to share your topic with your students, you type in share and you can send it to them through a URL. Or you can use, if you already are using Google Classroom, you can share to Google Classroom by clicking there, selecting the class you would like to send it to, and it will send them that Flipgrid for them to respond.